everyone, and welcome to Club 3, episode 35 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. The games since the last episode have been a little bit patchy, unfortunately. We got the 1-1 draw against Man United in the last episode, which was amazing away from home. We then slightly predictably lost against Arsenal using the same setup, the defensive setup at home to Arsenal, but only 1-0. It was very, very close. I almost got the draw, but you can see that they took a very, very early lead and we never quite managed to get it. But in the last couple of minutes, we had a couple of really good chances that we didn't quite take. So that was the Arsenal match. Bournemouth was very disappointing. They were right down in like 15th place at the time that we played them. I hoped that we would get a win. I rotated the side a little bit because of the tough run of games that we're in at the moment, and it came back to bite us a little bit, and we got a 1-1 draw. And then Leicester City, who are sitting just below us in the league, in and around the sort of 7th, 8th sort of position, I think. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, they're sitting in 10th currently, a little bit further down than I thought they might be. But they also got a draw against us. And I think having had this run of games with a couple of losses to Arsenal, Chelsea, and a couple of draws in it, the momentum had gone slightly. And it was a bit of a sort of drudgy game with nothing much happening in it, really. And so we come to Liverpool at the start again of a couple of really tough games against Liverpool and Tottenham. You can see that Liverpool sit currently second in the league, just behind Arsenal by a couple of points. And that's the opponent for us today. Really, really challenging. So I asked you yesterday what we should do in terms of how we should approach this game. A lot of you said continue using the defensive sort of fluid counter-attacking style, this particular one. Some said change the defensive up to sort of balanced a little bit and become a little bit more potent in the game whilst not losing the shape of it. What I thought though is that there were several people along the way that basically said it's a free hit, it doesn't really matter, Liverpool might beat you but you're not expected to beat them, so basically you can do anything you feel like doing. So what I feel like doing, having played the defensive formation at home against Chelsea and Arsenal and didn't get anything from the games, I thought we'd start in our best formation. All the players are fit currently other than McCowan. So we've got all of our players fit and available to us. So it means that we could play our best 11 in the best setup we've got. And I think it's the asymmetric style with the sort of balanced approach on the custom control possession. So that's what I'm going to do. And the other reason for that, of course, is if we go up a goal, we can go to the counter-attacking in the defensive structure. If we go down a goal, we can go to the gegenpress and use the attacking 4-2-3-1. So there's routes that we can go, or we can just take the thought that ultimately it doesn't matter what happens in the game. We'll play this formation, we'll play this tactic, and just see how we get on against one of the better sides in the league. Because after all, whether it's a fluke or it's not, or whether we've been playing better sides or not, we're sitting in 7th. So we're not that bad. We're just not quite up to the standard of some of the really big boys. So it's a free hit. So this is what I've gone with. I'll nail my colours to this mast. If it goes completely wrong, then you hold your hands up and say that's the choices you make. But so today what we're going to do is go with the asymmetric, and that means that we've got Bazunu in goal, Bogle at right back, Target at left back, Story and Harwood Bellis in central defence, with Joku, Vera and Martinez in central midfield, Noel on the right, Lokodoko on the left and Ida up top, with a bench of Burns, Cooper, Ivan, Silas, Scott, Guive and Monterese. So yeah, let's get into today's game and see what happens. So in terms of team talk, I've suggested to them that we've got nothing to lose, so just go out there and see what we can do, see what we can achieve. I just hope we don't go down too early in the game, so at least we can sort of find our feet a little bit in the match before it becomes too much of a struggle. Let's see how we get on. The highlights haven't been thick and fast in the first 15 minutes, which is actually pretty good. I'll quite happily kind of take that for now and just see if we can sort of suppress the game a little bit. Liverpool have just been given a team talk, a little bit of shout from the side that's focused them. But so far, it's going remarkably well because nothing is happening. And even though that's really dull for us to watch, I'm really quite pleased about it. Can we get through to half time with no highlights? That would be a first. There you go. welcome to the series, everybody. But against such a hard side like Liverpool, nearly top of the table, we've got to be happy with that. So we're going to passionately go in and say, let's say, I'm happy with your performance, keep it up. And that's got them extremely happy, which is good. Everybody's doing okay. We got a yellow card. Let's go and start the second half and see how we get on in this. Hopefully there'll be a couple of highlights, but nothing that will cause us too much of a problem. Ooh, that was close. A decent free kick from this near side, right the way across to the far post. Oncoming header, and didn't quite manage to target it to the goal, which is good for us, not so good for them. And we remain at 0-0 at 64 minutes. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're not going to do it that way. We're going to pause the game and go into the tactics page, and we're going to make a couple of changes here. So let's see who's performing well and who's not. I think we've got a couple of our attacking options not doing so well. So we're going to take Noel off and bring Scott on. Scott has been causing problems in wanting more game time. So here's an opportunity. Guive comes on for Loku Doku, who's had quite one. And we'll change Ida up top as well, just to give him a rest and give some fresh legs up at the top of the pitch, which is kind of what we need when the ball goes up there, just to hold it up a little bit and cause a few problems. So this is a possible opportunity for us. We've had our first highlight of the match at 74 minutes for our team, and it's Bogle into the penalty box, and Guive that was so close. A decent half volley from Guive. And he gets a decent save from the goalkeeper. Corner kick comes in, and Scott retrieves the loose ball, which is really positive. Runs into the box. Can he get a cross in? He can't. He's crowded out, and Liverpool get a counter-attack opportunity, but they don't take it. And at 77 minutes, we are still finding ourselves 0-0 against a really, really hard side. Can we see this out all the way through to 92nd minute? Go on. Yeah, I will take that as a tactical masterclass. I've been umming and ahhing for the last 48 hours as to what I do with this side against Liverpool. I made my choices, and I'm really, really happy with it. I'm so sorry to watch this, for you watching this though. I know it wasn't particularly exciting in terms of the actual action in the game. It wasn't end-to-end stuff. But you've got to see how important that was for us to get another draw against another of the big boys. We'll go with the assistant manager and say they were excellent today, which they were. And there's like 3 points in this run of fixtures that we didn't expect to get. We lost a couple against Bournemouth, so we're sort of evening out in terms of what we would expect to be getting. Monterese still searching for his first goal, which is really quite disappointing. He's had 4 starts, 8 substitute appearances, and with his attributes and his long shots specifically, you'd hope that he'd be on the score sheet by now. But there we go. We'll keep pushing him and seeing what we can get out of him for the second half of the season. Sometimes it just takes half a season for them to settle, doesn't it? So we hold on for the draw, and what's that done for our league position? We stay in 7th place. We are currently 4 points behind United ahead of us. We've now got a game in hand over us. A lot of the teams above us have, which is unfortunate. But you can see that a couple of the teams below us have got a game in hand over us as well. So it's kind of tight in and around this sort of 7th through to 11th kind of spot. Even a little bit lower than that. So we've got to pick up some points again fairly soon in terms of a few wins. We've got Tottenham coming up next in 5th place, and then Sheffield United, who are directly below us. We have to win that one, hopefully, to keep that position. And then that takes us back into a better run of games a little bit. Unfortunately, we drew Arsenal in the FA Cup 3rd round, which is a really bad draw. But we'll do the best we can. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to come back and we'll play that game next. I'm going to go into the January transfer window during that period of time and see what I can do to improve this side, although finances aren't great in this particular setup. If we sell, we can buy. If we don't, we probably can't. But we'll play the remaining Premier League fixtures of this calendar year of 2027, and we'll come back next episode and see how we get on against Arsenal in the FA Cup at home. So we might give that a bit of a go rather than holding out and trying to hold for a draw and all that kind of stuff like we're doing. We might go and have a go at that one and just see what happens, because it's Arsenal and they're sitting top of the table. So, whatever happens, happens. And then we'll probably come back for Everton, and I'll round up the January transfer window a little bit. We've got quite a few tricky fixtures in that period of time. But between now and then, Tottenham, Sheffield United, Watford, Norwich, let's see if we can pick up at least sort of 6-7 points in that. Would be great, wouldn't it? Just to see if we can cement ourselves in this kind of area of the table. Anyway, that'll do it for today. An amazing result, if an awful game to watch, which I apologise for. But those are the sort of the games you get in this season occasionally, where you just have to dig in and do your best. And I'm so pleased with the result. So anyway, stop rambling on. Thanks very much for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't joined my United City community. If you haven't pressed that like button, please do. It really helps me grow my channel. So if you could do that, would be great. Until next time though, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.